And greetings, everyone. This is Terry Naturally with another edition of Terry Talks Nutrition. We're here every Saturday and Sunday morning from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. And you can listen to us locally, as many of you are, in the Green Bay, Wisconsin market. Or you can listen live anywhere around the world. We live stream the program to my website, terrytalksnutrition.com, and there you're going to go to the radio show section and click on live. If you do that, you have to be on the same time we are here in the Central Standard Time in the USA. So you'd have to change your times to adjust to our standard time. But if you can't do that, and I know many of you can't do that, it's very inconvenient. You have to listen at different times. But you can go to the radio show section, the archive section, and you can pick up one of our radio shows that we have archived there and listen anytime you want at your convenience. You can also do that for our newsletter. If you want to subscribe to our newsletter, it's a little bit easier. We'll send you a new newsletter every week on Friday to your email address. So just jot down your email address. We'll send you a brand new newsletter. And you can also go to the e-newsletter archive section on the website, and you can read all the past newsletters. If you have any topic you want to investigate, if you want to know more about arthritis or underactive thyroid or cancer or any topic that you have an interest in, you can type that in the search section, and a variety of newsletters will come up that talk about the topic you are interested in. And as always, we are here for you. We are here to share information with you to make sure that you are in charge of your health. No one else is. No one's going to take care of you. No one's going to change your lifestyle choices unless you do. And our health is based on what we do every day. The level of activity, the level of exercise, the type of foods we eat, the healthy foods, and avoiding the unhealthy foods, and losing weight if we need to lose weight. Stop smoking. Get a good night's rest. 8 to 9 hours of rest, not 4 or 5. We are shortening our lives, and we are risking more serious consequences when we don't do all the good choices we should be doing. We are in charge. It's up to us to have the discipline and the sacrificing to make those changes that we can live a better quality of life for a longer lifespan. And we can live longer and healthier and enjoy our lives far beyond what we thought we could. And today we're going to be talking about a variety of topics. One of the top topics I like is grape seed extracts. Grape seed extracts contain a compound called oligomeric anthocyanins. That's a pretty long term, so they abbreviate it to OPCs. O like olive, P like Peter, C like Charlie, OPC. And these compounds in grapeseed have a very, very powerful effect, being an anti-inflammatory and a very powerful antioxidant. You know, oxidative damage is the number one reason why we age, why we have illnesses and sickness, and why we are not healthy. Oxidative damage is caused by a variety of conditions that affect the health of our cells and kill off our cells, damage our cells, And eventually those cells that are damaged can cause diseases. I call them disorders because they really are not truly diseases. Contagious conditions, contagious diseases, like we see in the pandemic that we've just experienced and ongoing, are diseases. But when we don't take care of ourselves, we have symptoms and side effects that arise from us not taking care of our health. But the FDA has classified these as diseases, and the only ones that can treat diseases are doctors, and with the only substance approved by the FDA, which is drugs. Now, doctors know nothing about health, and doctors are great people. They're doing the best they possibly can. But because they have such a tough time, the average time a doctor sees a patient on national average is 6 minutes. It's like someone drowning, and you see this person struggling in the water. So you jump in and save them. And on the way to the shore, bringing them in from drowning, you hear two more voices that you haven't seen before, also crying out because they're drowning. And you go out and try to save them. You bring two more in, and then you hear 3, 4, 5 more drowning. That's what a doctor hears every day. They're not patients drowning, but they're patients crying out for help. And these doctors don't have the time. And they're all educated how to use drugs, surgery, and in the case of cancer, chemotherapeutic drugs, surgery, radiation. They're trying to save the drowning people, but they're chasing diseases. They're not helping people be healthy. And doctors don't have an education on health and nutrition. It's all on disease. What does disease look like? Does a patient have cancer? How do we treat cancer? So they're not helping us be well and healthy. And prevention is the cure for all disease. If we're healthy, we have a 98% better chance to not have a disease. But how do we become healthy? That's the question. And it's the principles that I mentioned earlier. Plenty of sleep. A certain amount of exercise. You got to be moving. You got to be in shape. You got to be trim, lean, and healthy. Not obese, not overweight, not having a pot belly or a beer belly. You got to be in shape. And eating the right food. Reducing sugar and carbohydrates. All diseases, so-called diseases, that have been treated in 10,000 patients on only a low carbohydrate diet, all recovered. It was almost like a miracle. It's just because we're eating so many refined carbohydrates and sugar that our body cannot be healthy. So we're pointing out on all of our shows how to have a better quality of life, better health overall. So let's talk about OPCs. They are the anti-cancer compounds, anti-cancer, from grapeseed. When wine is produced, red wine uses all the grape seeds, the skin, everything from the grape goes into red wine. That's why the color. In the white wine, they don't use the seed. So all the grape seed extracts are made from the Chardonnay wines, or grapes, Chardonnay grapes. And these compounds are called oligomeric proanthocyanidins, OPC. Now what's unique about them is they must be a low molecular weight, meaning that they are very, very small. These particles from the grapeseed, there's a variety of OPCs. There are large molecules and there are small molecules. The small molecules, the very, very tiny ones, they can get into the bloodstream via the lining of the intestinal tract. Because they're so small, they go through the lining of the intestinal tract. Now, the large molecular particles cannot go through. So they don't enter the bloodstream. So a good quality grapeseed extract, medicinally for you and I, for our better health, we want low molecular weight. That means no tannins. Tannins are very large molecules that can't penetrate the lining of the intestinal tract to enter the bloodstream. So they're only intact in the intestinal tract. The low molecular weight ones are easily absorbed. They have very significant health benefits, including being anti-cancer. But the large polymeric proanthocyanidins, also called OPCs, just happens that they have to be so large they can't penetrate into the bloodstream. They're called tannins. Tannins are astringents. When you have a very dry wine, that means there's plenty of tannins in the wine. The wine is not soft. It's very, very, not tart, but it makes your mouth pucker up a little bit. It's an astringent. It dries out your mouth. The same with tea. TEA, tea. Tea can be astringents. That's why they add milk to tea, to reduce the effects of the tannins. You don't want to add milk to wine, but for tea, it's quite acceptable. So you can have a grapeseed extract that is 100% tannins, which have no nutritional value, no biological value, but yet they can also be called OPCs that have very little or no biological value in the body. And therefore, they are very inexpensive. And very inexpensive grapeseed extract gives you very little nutritional value or biological value. Now, the high concentration of tannins, they're called condensed tannins. They have a high molecular weight, very, very poor absorption, so they do not enter the bloodstream to circulate and nourish all the cells in the body. They have no comparisons to the documented health benefits of OPCs. But they can also be sold as grapeseed extract, although they do not have the same benefits as the low molecular weight OPCs. So you want to get a very good quality grapeseed extract. Now, grapeseed has been tested in many different cancer studies. And here's one that I found really eye-opening. They took a very high-quality grapeseed extract called VX1. VX1. And OPCs are more effective than standard high molecular tannin grapeseed at preventing tumor formation. So they took a group of animals and they fed the group of animals a variety of different forms of grapeseed extract to reduce cancerous tumors in the animals. They used a grapeseed extract that was just bought off any store shelf in America. And they fed the animals 50 milligrams of grapeseed extract daily. This was a 13-day study. Now, keep that in mind, because it's a very short study, but very profound benefits and results in just 13 days. 13 days. Drugs were not able to do the same thing. But grapeseed extract at 50 milligrams were able to reduce the percentage of reduction over 13 days at 8%. So 50 milligrams of a standard grapeseed extract reduce the tumor sizes by 8%. Then they doubled the dose to 100 milligrams, and they found that they could reduce the reduce the size of the tumors by 13%. Then they used a very high quality French grapeseed extract with very low molecular weight OPCs, and it reduced the size of the tumors 40% in 13 days. Then they doubled the dose for another period of time with the animals, and they were able to reduce the size of the tumors by 65%. Then they tried the same experiment with 3 different cancer drugs that are typically used to treat cancer patients. The drugs could not reduce the size of the tumors in 13 days any more than 10%. When the grapeseed extract could reduce the tumors by 65%, the drugs were only at 10%. That is totally amazing. It blew me away when I saw this study. It had a tremendous benefits. Now, these are animal studies. Unfortunately, we can't use cancer patients in a study. Cancer patients have to be treated for cancer by the most acceptable form approved by the FDA and the EMA, and that is chemotherapeutic drugs, surgery, or radiation. So animals are the choice to treat cancerous tumors with natural supplements or an alternative like grapeseed extract, reducing the tumor size by 65% in just 13 days. This is totally amazing. When OPCs are combined with drugs, this is a question that I get all the time. And I refer them to some research by Dr. Ajay Goyal, who is the director of the Alternative Cancer Research Center at City of Hope Hospital in Los Angeles. Many doctors do not want their patients to take any supplements when they're taking chemotherapeutic drugs. And I get that. Doctors have no idea what their patient could take. And I agree to some extent, because if the patient was taking a bogus product, a fake product, or a product that had a very, very high concentration of tannins that had no biological value, I would agree with the doctor. But when using a really good, high-quality French grapeseed extract, and the one that they used in the study was called V like Victor, X1, VX1. Now, when they combined the chemotherapeutic drugs with the OPC, it reduced the size of the tumors by 70%. And then when they also combined with chemotherapy in reduction, or treatment, I should say, in resistant colon cancer, because sometimes the drugs stop working. The cancer and the cancer cells build up a resistance to the treatment, and it no longer works. And that way they have to use higher dosages of the chemo drugs, or a combination of chemo drugs. And at that point, the treatment is so harsh that many people die from the treatment, from the drugs, than they do from the cancer. So when they combined OPCs with 5-FU, a drug that is commonly used for treating colon cancer, the result was, again, 70% reduction in tumor weight. Very, very effective when used together. And also, these OPCs were associated with a 71% reduction in cancer stem cell formation. Now, when a person has cancer, the likeliness of them having cancer again and again is quite high. And the reason for that is because the cancer doesn't want to die. It fights to stay alive. And when it is killed off, it leaves seeds to regrow again. And they're called stem cells. Cancer stem cells are a very specific type of cancer cell, that lead to new tumor formation. And that's why people have cancer 2 or 3 times. It grows back again. And enables cancer to survive the anti-cancer drugs and allow cancer to spread to other areas of the body. And when a person has the second form of cancer, or third, that cancer is more aggressive and harder to kill. Because now the cancer has a stronghold in the body, and it does not want to die off. And when OPCs, grape seed extract, VX1, are combined with curcumin, the anti-cancer effects are better than either one used alone. So for anyone that wants to prevent cancer or treat cancer, and I would always recommend that you talk to your physician before you do so. It's always good to let your doctor know what you want. Maybe your doctor will not agree with you, but it's your body that's being treated. And I know the doctor has an education, and he has a desire, or she has a desire, to help you, to treat you. But the treatments are so damaging to the body. It's like using an atomic bomb to get rid of the slums in San Francisco. But you're going to take the rest of the city along with it. So what does that do to prevent the damage? Nothing. Now, when curcumin was used to treat cancer tumors, there was a 28% reduction in tumor volume. Curcumin, 28%. That was just by itself. Treating animals with cancerous tumors with curcumin reduced the size of the tumors, reduction by 28%. Grapeseed extract alone was a 43% reduction in tumor volume. And then they put those two botanicals or herbs together. And they treated the animals with curcumin plus grapeseed extract plus OPCs. And they had a 57% reduction in tumor volume. These are very powerful aids to the reduction of cancer. But you have to get very high quality. Not all curcumin is the same. Not all OPCs are the same. You have to get very high quality, and this is a problem. I see a lot of consumers are confused as to what to buy. And when you look at labels, you can't trust labels. Because sometimes the labels they're cheating. They're putting things on the labels that really are not in the product. There's a lot of adulteration in the industry. There's a lot of spiking, a lot of alteration of herbal products. They're not being true to making a product that is of a high quality. So you have to find a company that you can trust. If you find a company that you can trust, then you can take the product and you know that you're going to get results. So, not all grapeseed extract is grapeseed extract. Not all herbs are the same. And I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. I've got just a minute before we break for a commercial and break for the radio station to identify itself. So I don't want to interrupt my next portion of the not all grapeseed is grapeseed. Not all herbs are the same. We're all human beings, and we're not the same. The environment changes us. What we are nourished with changes us. Our life is not the same. And the same with herbs. The way they are growing, the way they are extracted, the way that they are processed, the way they are nourished through their environmental practices. So not all herbs are the same, even though they have the same name. They come from the same species, but they're not the same. So when I come back, I'll tell you more about how you can find the best quality of herbal products that you can trust. Back right after this. And welcome back, my friends. We're back here with the second portion of our program. We'll be here to the top of the hour. We have a lot more information to share with you. And we're spending a little bit of time with grapeseed extract because I think it really, really warrants it. It's one of the most valuable herbal components I know. Oxidative stress damages and kills our cells off. And they're killed off by excessive solar radiation or any form of radiation. Flying on a plane subjects us to radiation. And if you get out in the sun, the sun is good for us. You know how happy you feel when the sun is out? And you can enjoy the sun, go hiking, being on a beach. But if you allow yourself to be burned by the sun, where you have a sunburn, that sunburn is damaging your cells. That's solar radiation. Burning the skin is damaging. Smoking is damaging. Being obese is damaging to the cells. Inflammation, chemicals, pesticides. We have many things in the environment that kill off cells and cause cancer. Now, grapeseed extract is a very, very powerful antioxidant, and it prevents the free radical damage of our cells and keeps healthier cells longer and maintain a healthy cell level, a cellular level. So you want to make sure you get a really good quality grapeseed extract. And as I said before we went into the break, not all grapeseed is grapeseed. Not all herbs are the same. And here's one of the studies that was done to prove that not all grapeseed extract is beneficial for our health. A group of researchers purchased 21 grapeseed extracts products from retail stores and online. And online was the worst offender. Because if people buy stuff online, they have no idea what they're buying. They can't ask any questions. They don't know what they're buying. And I'm sorry, but most consumers do not know how to read a label of a supplement. But they bought 21 grapeseed extract samples, bottles. And each bottle was tested to determine if it was real grapeseed extract or not, and whether it was potent as to the amount of the active materials called the proanthocyanidins, which are the active key compounds of grapeseed extract. It sounds like a mouthful, but these are polyphenols that are very valuable for our health. And the result of these 21 grapeseed extract bottles that were purchased online and from retail stores, 50%, that means about 10 of those bottles, were completely fake. Completely fake. If you don't know what you're buying, you're wasting your money. Or they were very sub-potent. That means they didn't have enough raw material in the capsule with the real deal, with the real proanthocyanidins, and you're not getting what you paid for or what you thought you paid for. Now, out of the 21 bottles, that means 21 people bought one of these products, or maybe somebody bought two of the products, because maybe the price was so good, but don't let price mislead you. Now, out of the 21 bottles, 6 bottles were potent grapeseed extract. They passed with high grades. They got an A grade, A+. 9 products were very low potency, barely any Opcs, and were probably grapeseed mixed with peanut skins. The red skins of peanuts have a very trace level of OPCs, and when they're ground up, they look like grapeseed extract, same color, same texture. So they mix the grapeseed extract with the peanut skins to lower the price. They're cheating. They're not giving you the real deal. They're not giving you a real grapeseed extract. They're cheating. There were 6 products that had no grapeseed extract at all. They were entirely peanut skin extracts. If you don't know how to read a label and you're looking for the cheapest product you can buy, you might be getting nothing for the money you're spending. Now, you're spending less money, but you're spending more money for something that you did not get. So either way, you're being taken to the cleaners. 6 products, absolutely nothing in those capsules of grapeseed extract that represents grapeseed extract. So if you read an article, I just talked about how grapeseed extract reduces the size of the tumors up to 65%. Now, if you have a need for grapeseed extract that you really want it to work, you don't want to buy a cheap product, and you don't want to buy a product that has no grapeseed extract. This is the problem with supplements today, and I'm sorry to say so. There are a lot of people trying to make money because more and more people today are realizing, especially after COVID-19, that they want to be more healthy. Healthier people survived COVID-19 better, more in a mild case of infection, and probably no deaths. Those that were more grossly overweight, unhealthy, had a very underactive immune system, and being obese, they had probably several underlying health conditions. So they were ripe, so to speak, to get a very severe case of COVID-19. They were probably not getting the right vitamins and minerals. I see research all the time on zinc and selenium and vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin A, all helping to build a healthy immune system. But people don't know how to read a label. And unfortunately, if you buy it online, who do you ask? Who do you ask about the product you just bought? Nobody. So you don't know what you bought, really. And there is so much sheer garbage sold online because they know the manufacturers of those products that are sub-potent or completely adulterated know that you will not ask anybody. So you just buy. You buy grapeseed extract. You buy curcumin. You have no idea what you're buying. And if you want good health, you've got to use good supplements. Don't waste your money. Grapeseed extract is a very powerful anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and has a host of benefits for the cardiovascular system. And how do you use OPC? Well, the dosage of 150 to 600 milligrams of OPCs for grapeseed extract daily. I would probably say in the vicinity, if you want a good dosage for maintenance prevention dosage, that would be about 150 milligrams daily. If you have high blood pressure, and there are many good studies that shows that grapeseed extract lowers blood pressure as effectively as high blood pressure medication. 300 milligrams twice daily. If you have cancer, I would suggest maybe 600 to 1,200 milligrams of grapeseed extract. But then you can ask your physician. Talk to your doctor. Keep your doctor informed. Work with your doctor. Make it a partnership in building your health. And if you don't agree with your doctor, and your doctor doesn't allow you to do anything else but chemo or medication, find a new doctor. There are doctors out there that are beginning to wake up and understand there are many other alternative complementary methods of treating diseases. And then choose a product. Here's some clues how to look for a grapeseed extract. Make sure it's from French origin. The really cheap, adulterated products are primarily coming from China. So you want a French grapeseed extract. This comes from the best vineyards in France because they don't use the Chardonnay seeds. They're discarded until someone woke up in the 1940s and the 1950s, Dr. Jacques Mascalier, who came up with these very, very strong, potent OPCs to treat a variety of conditions, primarily vascular conditions as well, not only just cancer, but the vascular conditions, the heart. The two best products I know for the heart would be OPCs and CoQ10 with some magnesium. This would be very powerful for the heart. But anyway, no matter what you choose, in a form of grapeseed extract, choose the French grapeseed extract. It comes from the most premier vineyards in France. And then I would suggest, for more information on how grapeseed extract really, really works and how it treats other diseases, Dr. A.J. Goyal and myself combined together as co-authors to write a book on grapeseed extract. It's called Fight Disease with a Powerful Natural Seed, and the seed is grapeseed extract. You can buy it on Amazon, $8.95. It'll save your life. It's available in print or as an ebook. In fact, if on Kindle, it's free. So you can take advantage of finding my book. My book is also available on my website, terrytalksnutrition.com. Read and understand more about grapeseed extract and the power of natural medicine. Many of these herbs have been sold in Europe as medications. They were not drugs. They were not real medications, but they have a powerful effect as being part of nature. These are powerful, powerful compounds. Like olive oil. Olive oil is a very, very powerful medicine. But you want to get a olive oil that is a very, very high grade, first press, extra virgin olive oil, which has a very high concentration of polyphenols. If it's been refined and filtered, that reduces its value. And that's why you look at some olive oil at being $8 a bottle. Sure, it's olive oil, maybe. Sometimes they even spike that with canola oil or other oil like soybean oil. But if you get a really good, high-grade, quality oil, it has a tremendous benefits for your health. So you want good material. If you don't buy cheap, discounted products, buy good quality products. Find a company that you can trust and buy that brand. And there are many good brands out there. They're not all cheaters, but many of them are cheaters. Just be aware of that. You don't want to waste your money. So you can buy my book on Amazon, or you can also buy it on my website, terrytalksnutrition.com. Well, I guess we spent a lot of time on grapeseed extract because I really think this is a product that will change your life. And don't take it for a week. You know, you don't become ill or unhealthy in a week. You've got to spend time to reverse some of the conditions that have been caused by not eating the right diet, not being active enough, not sleeping enough. So in time, we deteriorate. And to reverse that deterioration, a week's not going to help by taking grapeseed extract, or 2 weeks. I would say give yourself 3 to 6 months. You can't change your body overnight. These are not miracles. They are natural medicines that have reduced risk of side effects and adverse events, but they're not miracles. But they will give you a tremendous return on your investment if you buy the right quality of supplements. Now we're talking about OPCs. They're also called polyphenols. Polyphenols are very important compounds that are found in many different kinds of foods, like grapeseed, like cocoa, like chocolate, like curcumin, apple, green tea, propolis. There are many forms of polyphenols. There's over 8,000 forms of polyphenols in food, but very few people, very few Americans eat enough polyphenols to make a difference. So polyphenols also protect against brain damage, brain aging. In fact, polyphenols keep your brain healthy. Polyphenols are antioxidants from plants, like curcumin, like grapeseed extract, like apple extract, propolis extract, green tea. These are all very, very important. Now, these polyphenols in plants are there to protect against drought, bugs, overexposure to sunlight, as I mentioned, lack of rain, lack of moisture. So they're there for the health of the plant. But in people, they can help neutralize free radical damage that's caused by smoking, overeating, chemicals, solar radiation, pesticides that damage our cells and increase the risk of diseases such as dementia and cancer. Now, all plants contain polyphenols, but there are two plants or two natural foods that we can consume daily that will give us much benefit for our brain health. Now, these two, which I consume every day, are coffee and olive oil. They contain very unique polyphenols with benefits for memory and protection against brain aging. I love olive oil, not just from the fact that I love it as a taste. I love it for what it represents in a medicine. I don't look at olive oil as a food. It is so powerful and so healthy for us. It is one of the key components of the Mediterranean diet. The Mediterranean diet is made up of seafood because they live in the areas near the sea. So a lot of it is fish, seafood, wine, olive oil, coffee, fruits, and vegetables. Now, if that was your diet, you'd have a phenomenal diet. Olive oil contains a component, a key component, oleocanthanol. Oleocanthanol is a key component of olive oil. And what it does, it inhibits the the aging protein and the protein tangles associated with Alzheimer's disease and helps clear damaged protein from the brain. Daily consumption of olive oil reduces the risk of brain diseases such as Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease by almost 30%. Now, how much should you take a day? Well, I have studied olive oil extensively, and I have traveled to many countries that produce olive oil. I just returned back from Italy a couple of weeks ago, and I went on a olive oil tasting phenomenon. I went to several orchards, tasted their olive oil, bought olive oil, because I want to experience the different tastes and the benefits of olive oil. Now, the best olive oil you can get is one that has a high concentration of polyphenols. Now, the polyphenols, when you consume the olive oil, it'll leave you with a peppery taste in the back of your throat. Almost want you to cough a little bit or clear your throat. They sting, or they're spicy, peppery. And that is the quantity of polyphenols. If you get a very mild, buttery olive oil, it's not going to give you these key compounds that are so healthy for us. So most experts, not me, most of the really good experts of olive oil, recommend anywhere from a minimum of 1 tablespoon a day to as much as 4 tablespoons a day of olive oil. It's a medicine. Now, I recommend that you take it off the spoon. Don't drizzle. Yeah, you can put it on your salads, put it on your food, put it wherever you want. But to make sure that you're getting the amount that you want, the amount that you need, is to take it off the spoon. Don't dip it in bread. Don't dip bread in it. And that's not the way to taste olive oil. You want to take it directly off the spoon. That way you're not wasting it. You know, how much oil do you see in the bottom of the bowl after you've eaten your salad? You wasted it. All that oil could have consumed if you took it off the spoon. I lick the spoon dry. And I do get about 4 tablespoons a day of olive oil. Very, very, very healthy for us. And coffee. Cholinergic acid and lignans are found in coffee, and they protect the brain against free radical damage and help improve long-term memory. Drinking 3 to 5 cups of coffee a day during midlife reduces the risk of dementia later in life by up to 65%. Now, you combine all these good things on a daily basis. Grapeseed extract every day. Olive oil every day. Coffee every day. These are very valuable, healthy components that maintain our health long term. If you don't drink coffee, I don't think you want to start drinking coffee, but there are other ways of doing it. Grapeseed extract, olive oil, a small piece of chocolate every day. There are good things to take that have high concentrations of polyphenols. Or maybe find a supplement that has a high concentration of curcumin, grapeseed extract, apple extract, propolis, green tea. All of these have a high concentration of polyphenols. And polyphenols is just a name for a group of compounds we find in food that keeps us healthy on a daily basis. Olive oil is very, very high in polyphenols. Very, very high. Grapeseed extract has 90% polyphenols. And we should be getting about 1,000 milligrams of polyphenols daily. And then drinking coffee. Nothing bad about coffee unless the caffeine affects you and you don't sleep well, or drink it early in the morning and then stop by noon. And your caffeine will wear off by the time you go to bed at night. With that, my friends, I've already run out of time. I love to be with you and I love to share with you. Take some of these ideas and make yourself a healthy life, quality of life for a long, long time. Say a prayer for this crazy, crazy world. God bless you, my friends, and God bless this great country.
Thank you for listening to Terry Talks Nutrition Weekly Show. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform, including Apple, Google, and iHeartRadio.